Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today we have X-Wing Wednesdays, everybody. So we have issue 77 of Build Your Own X-Wing. And we've got a bit more wiring to do, and we've got to put another part on this X-Wing today. So it should be fun. There is oodles of pages of the wiring, but it won't actually take that long because there's certain bits that I have already done. And I'll explain them on the way. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, let's get started. First thing we've got is this wire here. It just wants us to sort of undo the wire like we've done in the past. Just like that. And then it wants us to put the wire in. I'm just looking where this is going in. And I think it's more or less going in at the same side as the others. So let's get this end, because this is a wire extender, just like we had in the previous issue. And this wants to go into socket 10. So let's get it into socket 10. Okay, that's into socket 10. So just scroll down with the instructions. Okay, so the next thing it's asking us to do is we need to put the cable, the on and off cables through. So just seeing how that is done. So let's have a look. Right, so the larger of the holes, it wants us to stick the power cable, so we've done that. And then the smallest of the holes, it wants us to put the on-off cable switch. That's the cable there. Okay, that is nearly there. It's a bit fiddly, but doable. Right, so that's that cable in place. Okay, next thing it wants us to do now, I've already I've kept this bit. I kept this motor for R2-D2. I've actually kept that on through the build, and my reason for that is I just thought I'll leave it there. But that is asking was to do that next. So it's already placed in there. That's what I mean by I've already done this in a previous. So I've already done this part. But what it wants us to do is we need to screw this in now. And it wants us to use some XW08 screws to screw this in. So we'll get a screw ready. And it's 3 places it's screwed in. So the first one being one at the back here. So screw that down. And then we have 2 at the front. One there. And then at the other side. And that'll be that motor now in place. Just going to double check that my screws are tight. Obviously you don't want to over tighten them. Nah, they're nice and tight now. Okay, what it asks us to do next is to plug it into the board, but I've already got it plugged into the board already, so we don't need to do that. But the next thing we need to do is we need to bring over the cockpit, and like we've done before, we're going to feed the wire through, because we actually need to put this wire this in now, which is going to make this extremely difficult. It's going to make it extremely difficult when we come to move this. So socket 11, it's the only socket left on the board. and that's now in place. Okay, so next bit we need to do is, it says we need to feed the, right, so we've done that, we've connected it to the board. Okay, and then it says carefully route all the wiring down out of the way. So we'll do that. Yep, that's all out of the way. And then it wants us to put this bar back in place. Now I just move mine to the side, but wants us to put it back in place now. Let's see if I can get a side view of that one, because it's actually broken at this side, would you believe? So I might have to glue that on. Actually, I'm going to have to glue it on now, because we will be putting something on this to cover it. So I'll just get a dab of glue. I really don't know how that's happened. Dab of glue on there. I'm just going to hold that in place for a few minutes while that super glue takes, and that's now glued in place. Okay, so we'll just move it around like this. I'm going to try and give you the best view I can. That's about as good as I'm going to get it, because the next part, actually, if I turn it sideways, that's better. There we go. Okay, so the next bit we've got to do is, we've got this fuselage top. And we're literally going to be putting this onto here. So now we've got to be mindful that we've got some pins which need to come up. They're the pins that are going to connect to R2D2. Okay, that's in place. So that's hidden all them wires. Okay, now it says holding the assembly together. Turn it over and secure the top with an XW, with XW8 screws in the points indicated. Now this is where it's going to get fun, because we've got the cockpit attached to it. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, I managed to get it over, and it wants us to screw this in at the 4 points shown. So right, okay, so we've got one down here. That's actually come out again, and I'm noticing right. That's what I didn't want to happen. What's happened is them points have are not on, because this front part has lifted. Right, that's in place. Okay. Right, so I'm going to try and hold this in place. Right, okay. Get my screw on the screwdriver, because I want to get the bit where the R2D2 points are screwed in first. Right, that's an XW8 screw that's just flung off somewhere. I think they should have had a detachable wire for the cockpit, personally, because that is going to be a pain until we attach it to the craft. Okay, that's one in. Now I'm going to do the other side, and then once this side's in, I can relax a little bit. Okay, that side's now in, and I can more or less now put that on the desk and do the 2 remaining screws, which are just down this side here. It's a very awkward design. Oh, that's coming together lovely. There we go, that's one in. We'll just do the other side, and then we can flip it back over again. Okay, all 4 screws are now in place. So if I flip it back over again, just like that, we're now in place. Okay, so moving on. Now it's wanting us to test the droid socket. Okay, so this is where we see if R2-D2 works and lights up and stuff. So first bit we need to put in is this bit here that we've got in this issue, and it just wants to go down there like that. And then we've got this bit here. Now they are quite loose, to tell you the truth, so I might end up having to glue them. But we actually get to test the R2-D2 unit, which is going to be fascinating actually. So we take his middle leg off and we try and place him in if we can. Okay, let's go. Right, I believe R2-D2 is now in place. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to attach the front as well to it to test it. So that's that one connected. Next connection is 9. Right, okay, so we should be up and running now, all being well. Okay, I seem to have a few technical problems here. I've got the wings aren't closing properly, and yeah, things are just not working. So what I'm going to have to do is have a look at off stream why things aren't working, and then on the next X-Wing video I'll hopefully be able to show you it all working. I don't know what's gone on with the R2-D2, but I'm going to have to take this cover off. I'm going to have to take this cover off here and look at the circuit board, but it is what it is. So for now, that is issue 77 complete. Well, a little bit disappointing, but I know this X-Wing has got problems with the electrics, and it's something I'm going to straight away look into on it and find out what's going on. To be perfectly honest, I haven't got a clue what's going on with it, because yeah, the R2-D2 motor was working when I put it, connected it all up, because I tested it. So I'm going to have to take that cover off, have a look at it, I keep looking at it, sorry, and find out. But I know the X-Wing is notoriously bad for the electrics not working, so I'll have a look at that off stream. But if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell and be notified of any future videos. But as for always guys, stay safe and bye for now. I'd just like to give a shout out to all my patrons that help and support the channel. Please check out their channels on YouTube as well, and thank you very much for watching.